everything was fine until we got to a secluded place, and then all of a sudden I'm getting punched in the side of the face and getting my clothes ripped off.
AML family, this is Luna interviewing
Jessica.
We have a few questions today. So, how old are you?
36.
Where'd you grow up at?
Northeast Philly.
Shout out to Northeast Philly. Can you describe, like, growing up, what your family life was like?
My mom was an addict, so all I knew growing up. She smoked crack my whole life, and then she went into rehab when I was 13 and came out with a heroin habit, and then got me doing it when I was 15.
Did you have any brothers or sisters?
Yeah, my sister was 9 months old and I was 16 when my mom died.
When your mom what?
Died.
Oh wow, I'm sorry.
Yeah, she OD'd.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I was with her. I didn't know she overdosed. I just thought she was nodded out. I was new to it, like she just got me doing it. This pill she gave me, I think I was 12 or 13, a Xanax, and then it just went off from there.
If you could go back in time, would you do it different back then?
I would. I would listen to I would have listened to my family and stayed away from my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you have had other places to go though? If you?
Yeah. I mean, I lived off and on with my mom and my grandparents.
Oh, okay.
I would have just stayed with my grandparents.
Where's your dad at?
Jersey. He's got a new family. I'm the problem child, so.
Oh, I feel that. The black sheep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you describe how your addiction is impacting your daily life?
Oh my God, it's terrible. I mean, I'm out here working the streets. You know, it's just a constant chase. It's never enough. No matter what you do, it's never enough.
Yeah.
Your life just revolves around it. It takes away from it becomes your everything, your family, it's everything.
Yeah, it takes. Have you tried to quit before, and if you did, what steps did you take to quit?
I put myself in a recovery house before. I mean, jail I don't count because, I mean, there was no option there, but I put myself in a recovery house, but I was only able to stay clean for so long.
Can you describe what a recovery house is like?
It's a bunch of girls. Some of them are forced to be there. Some of them are willing to be there. Some of them aren't the best, but I mean, it is what you make of it, I guess.
Is it kind of like a drug and alcohol treatment facility, or what?
Yeah, it was for people recovering, but most of the people weren't recovering.
Oh, okay. Do you feel like you have a support system around here?
Other addicts, which really isn't a support system. Yeah.
What are some type of negative experiences you had out here, or consequences for being out here?
I've been to jail. I've been, I think most of the girls out here, we've all been attacked at least 5 times.
Is that in your line of work, or just like in general?
Is it, excuse me?
In your line of work, or is it just in general you get attacked?
Well, it's in your line of work, but I also, I fell asleep before and woke up to somebody trying to, just right in the middle of the street, there were people around and all. So, I mean, it really isn't just in the line of work.
So, how would you envision your life without drugs or alcohol? Like, if you were sober today, how would you envision it?
Oh my God, it would be such a relief. It would be kind of like freedom, because it feels like jail.
Do you have any kids?
Yeah.
Would you spend it with your kids?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you? How long has it been since you saw them?
My daughter is 17. I haven't seen her since she was 5.
How did that happen?
My dad took custody of her when she had to start school, and then that's when my addiction really took off.
I feel you there, because yeah.
She wasn't there, so I just got wrapped up more in it.
Yeah, I feel you. Are there any goals or dreams you have that you feel are being hindered by being in addiction?
Yeah, seeing my kids, and just having a normal life. You know, I used to work. I would love to have that life back.
If you could see your kids today, like what's one thing you would do with them?
Apologize.
Yeah. What steps or actions do you think would be helpful to you in overcoming your addiction?
Getting out of Kensington, actually out of the city in general probably, and being around people. It's hard, like you can get around people who say that they're clean or like, oh, I'm in a recovery house, but they're not. They're taking stuff that doesn't come up in their system, and then that just leads it back into...
Would you stay in the city or the country though?
I would probably want to go to like New Jersey or just get a...
Like in the outskirts of the city?
Yeah, like anywhere out of Philadelphia.
Yeah. Have you considered seeking professional help or treatment recently, or?
Yeah, I did. It wasn't willingly at first, but I overdosed and woke up in the hospital, and they were going to help me get into rehab, and I was there for about 2 or 3 days, and then I bailed.
How did you feel when you were in the hospital? Because I know I felt stigmatized. Did you?
Actually, by the nurses taking care of me, no. There was another nurse who, for some reason, would come in and like talk shit to my nurse, like, oh look, she's just, you know, she's smiling, she's enjoying that you're giving her meds, and I'm like, I don't know what her problem was. Like, she wasn't even my nurse, but everyone else was great. Like,
yeah, I feel in the healthcare they stigmatize a lot, so it's good to hear how you felt.
Yeah, I only dealt with like my nurses because like I was unconscious until I woke up, and I was already in the room. But they seemed, the 3-4 days I was there, they seemed to, you know, help. Like they were going to get me into rehab and all.
Is there anything we can do to support you in your journey towards recovery?
At this point, I mean, I would love to go into rehab, but I have to go in the hospital first.
If you could have any food cooked up for you right now, what would it be?
My stepmom, she's Italian, and she used to make homemade spaghetti, but they call it, like the Italians call it macaroni and gravy. They don't call it spaghetti and sauce, and her homemade gravy was great.
Yeah. What's your favorite hobby to do though?
Now it's just sleep, because at least I'm not dealing with anything.
Are you happy?
I mean, I'm happy at time. I'm happy most of the time. It's just parts of the day you just start.
It gets old.
Yeah, it gets real old.
Do you have anything to say to the AML family?
I mean, it's nice that you guys are out here and you are trying. Like, the more people that try and the more people that try to shine a positive light on it and not just look at it like, oh, they want to be out there. They're, you know, just pieces of crap who just like that lifestyle. It's not like that at all. It's more like being in jail and with open doors, but it's hard to walk through that open door.
It's hard. Is there anything you would like to tell us about yourself before we go?
I mean, I'm not. People look at, you know, the girls out here like we're some like whores or we're not. We're just trying to get by.
You're humans, and you need money too, and you need stuff to live.
Right.
Do you have an email or anything you would like to put on here so people can help you out?
Nah, I don't have an email.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Her eyes are so bright. She has the cutest face. Her tiny little head is laying on a pillow. Then something went wrong. Without a trace, love's embrace. Get me away from this Kensington hell. From our southern borders comes heroin and pills. Leave me alone, I wanna find home. Get me away from this Kensington hell. She does what it takes to keep hanging on. As bad as it seems, she still has a dignity deep inside her. She's planned her escape many times before, but every time she gets stopped by the rainbow-colored bills from the south of the border, the southern border.